Happy Friday, everybody. It's the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff, me, Ryan McGuffey. Happy Labor Day weekend, everyone. Unofficially, the last weekend of summer. We put it to rest and we have football. We had football last night. I stayed up late watching it just because. Why not? It's the Recap Lunch Hour. Wrapping it up, putting a bow on this edition. Not so great news for Chicago sports yesterday. It's all brought to you by Hooters, originalhooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations near you. You hungry? Order.hooters.com. Have it delivered straight to your office, wherever you are. Home, office, friend's house, aunt and uncle's house, parents' house. It's all good. Swing by, pick it up. I might do so later at the Hooters O'Hare. I may swing by, say hi to everybody, tell them we'll see you later this year. And we'll be in Downers Grove on September 23rd. Reminder for you. I'll be there. Cap will be there. Alex Brown will be there. Tom Waddle will be there. Really, really good stuff. So the big news, obviously, the Micah Parsons traded to the Green Bay Packers in a stunning trade yesterday afternoon, late afternoon. Saw the Packers send a Pro Bowler, 2 first-round picks, and signed Parsons to the biggest contract in NFL history not named a quarterback. A lot of Bears fans freaking out. Yeah, would I have loved Micah Parsons on the Chicago Bears? There's no question about it. And the chat, by the way, is full. I wore a shirt today. I might have peeked at the chat a little bit. Breck Bear, I think you're in there. Stand by. I'm coming for you. Micah Parsons traded to the Packers. We got the Cubs being swept in San Francisco. 2 opportunities to move up in the standings. That didn't happen. Craig Counsell got ejected. Who cares? That team goes to Breck Bears Colorado Rockies this weekend. And they kind of have to get a sweep, don't they? Don't they have to get a sweep? They go 2-1. It's a 5-4 road trip. So let's get to the chat. It's packed. A packed house. Swayze's here. We got college football stuff. I'm looking forward to Lip Ripper's picks this week. I have one for today. Went 5-1 yesterday. The one loss was the pick I gave. Had a very nice evening. We'll put it that way. Due to hat tip to a friend of mine. Slow sports day yesterday. Little interesting. Cubs should be ashamed of themselves for getting swept in San Francisco. Are you kidding me? They better sweep Colorado. Landon says your favorite player from the rebuild. Eloy Jimenez, minor league deal with the Blue Jays. Hi, Mom, eh? I saw your tweet, Landon. That's fine. You want to bury him in the minor leagues? That's fine. Good for Eloy. If he comes back and even has a stretch like Andrew Vaughn did, who, by the way, welcomed Milwaukee to the real Andrew Vaughn of late, congrats. But this guy is donezo. Donezo. To sweep and get swept, typical Cubs. It's all about Jed and the boys not wanting to really win with this current team. They want to win with their prospects to get that ego boost. Very sad. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we've been talking about it since July 31st. Pre-July 31st, and we're still talking about it. Phil's going to be at the Raid on Sunday to see the Yanks. I guess the Cubs, Bananas, and Yankees are the reasons why do you got to go there, Phil? Our team has 45 wins. How about this, Phil? Maybe if you'd stop filling your ballpark, your damn management would listen instead of treating it like a amusement park that it is. How about that, Phil? If you're going to come at me with your BS attendance stuff, how about you actually don't show to your ballpark and send a message? You won't. It's fine. There's my guy, Breck Bear. DePaul. I think this has to be their highest preseason rating ever. DePaul ranked 14th in D3. Let's go. Ding, mother effing dong. That's for you, Breck. I saw the chat and I said, hang on. I guess the Cowboys decided to commit organizational suicide. Love the comment there. Why wouldn't you trade him to the AFC where you only see him once every 4 years? The Cowboys remind me a lot of teams with bad ownership. Good afternoon, Guff. Big move for the Packers. Still don't see them on the level of the Chiefs, Eagles, Bills, and Niners. Love still has to show he can win in January. But they went out on the other side of the ball, got one of the best players in football. No doubt about it. Do I see the Packers as Super Bowl favorites? No. I didn't even have them as NFC North favorites prior to the trade. So Micah Parsons to me doesn't make them NFC favorites. I meant to look this up, and I'm going to look it up right now. Yeah, but I am to the belief that Micah Parsons is as good of a player in the NFL as there is. Okay. But when you look at Super Bowl winners, certainly conference winners, how about that? Looking at the conference winners, the Green Bay Packers, why is that not up? Why are the conference winners not listed here? Super Bowl, the Packers are now 13-1. They are the 6th favorite. They're only behind the Eagles and Lions. So they still have the Lions in the division in the NFC North. The Lions, the Packers are plus 170, now the favorite. The Lions plus 185. I'd probably put a little scratch on anybody not named the Packers. Just to end. What's up, Lip? I like the Packers move because for the Bears, you have to beat the best to be the best. Packers are Super Bowl or bust. Now, they are Super Bowl or bust. Reminds me a lot of the Khalil Mack trade. The Bears went on to win the division that year. And then in the later years of that Khalil Mack trade, it didn't work out. It didn't work out. But again, would I have liked to be sitting here saying that Micah Parsons is a Chicago Bear? You bet your ass I would be. What are my picks for Texas, Ohio State, FSU, Bama, LSU, Clemson, Indy, Miami, Syracuse? Wow. Are we going against the spread here? First of all, let's work backwards. I like TCU. There's so much hype about Bill Belichick, and rightfully so. I like TCU to cover that number. Syracuse, Tennessee. I think Tennessee is a fade team this year, later in the year. I do think this is a good matchup for Tennessee this week. Syracuse lost a lot of what made them fun last year. Tennessee, if you can get them 14 or under, I think I lay that. Notre Dame, Miami, I like the over in that game. I think that game's going to be a blast to watch. I do like the over. I think it was 50 the last time I checked. Notre Dame, Miami. Pray for us. Man, oh man, there's so many games this week. Yeah, I like TCU laying the 3.5 at North Carolina. 50.5 is now the number at Notre Dame and Miami. You want me to pick who wins? I'm going to take the Irish. I think they have the better coach. You guys know I've been consistent all week. I want Clemson badly to win that football game. Laying 4. I just can't stand Brian Kelly. FSU, Bama's interesting. Bama's got a new quarterback. A year they lost 3 games. It's like everyone, did they struggle? FSU's interesting. It's a big number. I'm pulling it up here. And the Alabama's on the road. 14 on the road in week 1 is a lot. I hate betting against Alabama, though. I think Alabama wins the football game. And then Texas, Ohio State. I'm rooting for Texas. I think Ohio State, because they're at home, is the play here. Like if we're playing one side of this, Ohio State, what is it? 1. Basically a pick 'em. So there you go. And this is not the same as the Mac deal the Bears did. Mitch was a rookie contract. Love just got paid. And let's be honest, too. Let's be very clear here, Lip. Jordan Love, while we might not know exactly who he is long-term, he's better than Mitch Trubisky. There's no one that can argue that. Yeah, Green Bay sent a big message, not just to the NFC North, but to the entire NFL. Next 9 games, Cubs better go 7-2. Anything less is completely unacceptable. You better brace yourself, Phil. Why are we saying it's unacceptable when that's basically who the Cubs have been since June 1st, just over 500? Meanwhile, Kyle Schwarber's out here hitting 4 home runs, making the Cubs look worse and worse and worse each and every single day. One of the worst moves they did as an organization. You said 7-2 next 9, which is a sweep of Colorado. Then they get the Braves at home and Nationals at home. I don't know. Becky's saying we have to sweep the Rockies and hope the Jays sweep the Brewers. That is the nice thing here, is that you got the Colorado Rockies against you guys and one of the better teams in baseball against the Brewers. That's why, let's just say yesterday, an opportunity to gain a game. Just blown opportunities all around. Becky's saying it's all on Hoyer and Ricketts. I don't think you're wrong. And I know Becky's been talking about that extension for a long time. 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, one of the worst natural disasters this country has seen. And I've been down to New Orleans with Breck Bear. There's still parts of New Orleans that are recovering 20 years later. You know, I saw this, Landon, and it does make me curious, especially when you look at like Jaquan Brisker and his health. He walked off the field yesterday or 2 days ago. How much does Jabril Peppers have left? I think it's something to entertain. I can't be the only one who wants to punch Hap in the face after every post-game interview he does. It's very, yeah, we have to score, but we have to let it go. We have to move on. I hear you, Tommy. I know what you're saying. Good dude, though. But still, I get it. Lip went 2-2. Boise sucks. Thank God. Would have been nice to win money, but lost for them is fine by me. Wisconsin looks rough. Wisconsin in game one always, to me, is a stay away play. I will say this, Lip, about Miami of Ohio going forward. I didn't know this, or I would have bet this. I don't think I would have bet Wisconsin, but I may have looked at a team total. Miami of Ohio has 11. They lost all 11 starters on offense. Anytime there's a team with a brand new offensive line, that screams go to the window early in the year. Yeah, 4-homer game is Landon. We just talked about. There's the Godfather. Let's review, my friends, in the chat. Schwarber hits 4 more homers. Ricketts didn't want to pay him anything. Hoyer said, let's just let this powerful fan favorite go. I know. Was yesterday one of the worst days to be a Chicago fan? Cubs swept, Sox lose, Sky lose, Parsons to the Packers. Shaking my head. I wouldn't say it's one of the worst days. It wasn't a great day. With JMO being on the IL, this is why you make moves at the deadline, Jed, to have more depth, not wait till September call-ups. And even the call-ups now are different. It's not like it used to be where you're allowed to bring up 4 or 5 guys. You bring up 1 pitcher, 1 hitter. The reinforcements have changed because of the 26th man. More RBIs in that game than the Cubs scored all series against the Giants. Great move, Jed. Yeah, that's incredible. A Phillies record 9 RBI for Kyle Schwarber yesterday. Once again, you are screwed by management. Even didn't get an experienced closer at the deadline. Calvin's changing the tune. Bear down. Going to be an early Saturday morning tomorrow watching Chelsea play at 6:30. Then head right into Texas, Ohio State. Go Blues and hook 'em horns. Here's Lip Rippers plays. A parlay of +6. I didn't give it to you last night, Lip. You're not going to like this. I hit a 20-1 last night. It was a beaut. College football plays were a beaut last night. 20-1. That is a very rare. I know those don't happen often. We had the Buffalo +17, the under in that game, the under in North Carolina State, the under in Wyoming, Akron, 10-0, by the way. And then that paid 20-1. App State, Charlotte over, Baylor +1.5, and UNLV -10. Lip Rippers go-to special. UNLV a parlay of 6-1. Hey, what's good, Guff, says Scott. What's up with you? The Bears are still under the luxury tax, says Thomas. That's kind of funny. Let's all cheer and sing Go Cubs Go. Ricketts is a cheapskate. Hoyer incompetent. Hawkins, what is he? Puppet. I would say puppet. There's Rick. It's my imagination, or is every Chicago team extremely tedious to be a fan of? It's not great. Caleb Williams is cooked with Parsons, and Green Bay now having some hope. Don't see him till week 14 or 16 there, Breck. Really would like my Rockies give me something to talk about next week. Go out and touch some grass this week, and snow will be flying soon. Yeah, Breck is going to be bringing the heat, even if the Rockies win 1 game, and he should be. Angel Reese once again played outstanding. 6 games left until this horrific season comes to an end. I think you can clip that off, Kyle, and just put insert team here. Only 6 games left until horrific season comes to an end. Wayne, Guff, listen, Packers got Micah, great, but the last time I looked, you still have to score touchdowns to win. 100%. This is another one of those situations, too. The Bears play you twice. You got 15 other games to take care of and not have to worry about Micah Parsons. Take care of business. Too much panic about Micah Parsons. Oh, he's in the division. You play him twice. The Cubbies have a favorable schedule from here. They should be able to pick up some ground on the Brewers. I mean, I guess. They're 3 games over 500 since June. Cheap-ass Ricketts still under the luxury tax and playing rookies at the same time, says Godfather. Schwarber 4 more bombs, and we have the other Kyle. What's up, Progressive? Shots fired, my man Guff. Oh, Phil, I'll come at you, baby. I told you, you're welcome to say whatever you want on this program. Just be ready for the backing of what I got to say. Yeah, more on that, TJ. We talked about that. Yes, I think the Bears could certainly split with the Packers. Micah might be Green Bay's version of Khalil. Big swing, no championships. Got to respect them for going big, like when they signed Reggie White. Of course, guys, this is a great move for the Chicago Cubs. Jeez, oh, Pete. I haven't said that in a long time. Great move for the Chicago Cubs? Nah. You know what? We need to take a break from the chat here for a second. After that stupid comment by me, I need to run over to Hooters, pick up a Big Daddy mug, wet the palate for the holiday weekend here. Got the big birthday week coming up. Got to wet the palate with a Big Daddy mug. Oktoberfest. Michelob Ultra. It's about time to let go of that beach bod. Start stacking in. Start packing in the pounds for the winter. Hate saying it. Going to Big Wave, Dos Equis, the lunch specials, the OG wings, the boneless wings, the burger, snow crab legs this weekend, and they're gone. $14.99 a pound. Speaking of gone, long-legged Long Island iced teas. J. True's favorite. They're $8 the rest of the weekend. And then we get a new drink of the month. I'm looking forward to it because it's with football season. Also, fantasy football drafts. Fantasy football drafts. We're going to talk about our draft here in a second. Call Hooters, originalhooters.com. Find the one closest to you. Book a table. Say, we want to have our draft there. The great food, the cold beer, the iconic Hooters girls. Have them make one of your picks for you. God knows you probably need the extra help. Call Hooters or go to order.hooters.com to have it delivered to your draft party, wherever you might be. And speaking of draft party, last call to join the Renegade Fantasy League. The Renegade Fantasy League, the only app, the only place that you can make live in-game substitutions on your fantasy team. If you forget to set your lineup, if you have an injury, if a guy's underperforming, boom, you're a coach on the field, make the play. We got a lot of promos, shot some promos yesterday with Tommy Waddle, a lot of taking jabs at Cap. He calls us the human bye week, but trust me, he'll probably forget that the draft is tomorrow night at 7. If you're watching Cap, the draft is tomorrow night at 7. We have over 16 full leagues. 16. We are top 3 in the country, in the entire country of the Renegade Fantasy League for most filled. It's 200 of your closest friends going toe-to-toe for $5,000. We'll be in the league. I'll be in the league. Cap's in the league. Let's go. Each and every week, we line it up and we play. And we get back to the comments. A lot there. I had to do the fantasy one back-to-back. It's last call. We had to get it in for you. And tis the season, right? I mean, tis the season to do the fantasy football drafts. And I'm going back here. Dan, I think Jordan Love will be a bust. And if that is the case, then people will probably be fired in Green Bay because they paid him $220 million. Godfather says, let Ricketts hear you. See you in 2032, having never signed a top free agent. Wayne, heard the Getz interview yesterday. Did not like the Robert Jr. answer. If I only worked half the time, I'd be fired. That's what I've been saying. People are coming at me like, oh, you can't. What are you not going to pick up the option? No, they're going to pick up the option. I just would. This is exactly what I expected. Don't show me some 40-game sample. Yeah, switch the samples. That's for you, Landon. Don't show me a 40-game sample of Luis Strauss. I don't want to see it. I know the back of his baseball card. I know it says a ton of missed games, almost 300 to be exact. I went through and added it up. Another 52 this year. 62 a year ago. I don't want to hear how great this guy is. I don't. Oklahoma tomorrow night. The Sooners. Cubs giving Series 04 vibes. Stubborn manager, infuriating, underachieving team. And they're like the 5th best record in all of baseball. I think I asked this yesterday to our own group chat. Will this go down as the most infuriating playoff team in 25 years for the Chicago sports? Council so stubborn. Isn't Rickettsville wonderful? Players who need players. Wayne beating the Packers with Micah Parsons would make it that much sweeter, 100%. Council reminds me of a full Vulcan. Kyle, Bama should have lost 4 last year, but South Carolina gave that game away. I blame Katie. The Packers don't have much cap space left. Any injuries and they're screwed. A lot of teams would say that, but guys, I heard Cap this morning on the radio. They're not downplaying the move, but kind of like if I could only imagine if the Bears got Micah Parsons, how crazy everybody would be going right now. TJ, extension's an absolute joke. All right, so Lip Ripper's got the Texas, Ohio State over, Southern Miss plus 13.5, the Bama over, Clemson plus 3.5. Did you bet that Clemson game? Did you flip that? Because I think they're minus. Aren't they -4? I believe they are. Utah minus 5.5. Always got to have a West team out there when Lip Ripper's giving picks. Schwarber's a monster. Cubs screwed that one up for sure. No, there's no doubt about it. Bubs, Guffy, I'm thinking if there's anyone who can game plan around Parsons, it's Ben Johnson. What say you? I think Ben Johnson, like that trade goes down and he starts going he goes into the film room and is like, all right, got to have a play just for this guy. I really believe that. Why does council insist on PCA cleanup, Bush leadoff, happen in position to kill rallies and Sam? Because he's looking up and down his lineup going slump, 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 slump. Sam, you're a little worried that these young guys on the Sox are going to be injury prone later on in their careers. I don't know. I think you just have PTSD because of the first time around, and that's fine. I get it. I get it. Jed's failure at the deadline continues to haunt the Cubs. I'll put my money on Coach Ben adapting to Micah. Let's go. 20-1. Hell yeah. Buffalo to win the MAC. I got a little worried. They were in my parlay. Like the way that Minnesota ran the football down the stretch, I was like, do not bust one out here and go the distance. Palencia equals Hector Rondon in 16. The difference is Theo knew to get Chapman. Jed is incompetent. Palencia certainly throws harder than Rondon. That's a fact. Carolina against Virginia Tech on Sunday. Glad to have football back. Go Gamecocks. That's why you're definitely that dude, Guff. It's all good. Damn right, Phil. I'll come at you anytime. And Jed got an extension for this. Parsons is a crybaby, but got his way in the end. A lot of times they do. Either way, you can cry and still get your way by getting the money and staying put, which is usually what happens. Think I'll be up earlier than Cap tomorrow. You need a fill-in for the coffee segment? Just kidding. Love coffee with Cap. He'll keep doing it through the weekend. He's got it. I don't understand what Jerry is doing anymore. How the hell do you lose DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons in the same offseason, but extend Dak? Well, that's what happens when you're 82, the owner and the GM. I mean, it's a lot. Hawkins stinks, but is getting good at getting the coffee for Tom and Jed. Breck, can we all agree the Cowboys are a dumpster fire? Oh, hell yeah. Talk about a program that needs some better leadership. Agreed, and there's no team I'd love to see it two more. Heisman pick. Love the kid at Clemson. I think Heisman picks are tough. Arch Manning obviously is the favorite. He's thrown for less than 900 yards in his career. There's going to be a lot of bias towards Arch Manning, period. So I understand the favorite. I'd like it to see, I think Georgia Tech is a sleeper team this year. They have a lot of dudes back. They have a quarterback back, their running back back, the receiver. Maybe I might be hinting here. Has Council been worth it, or has Jed not done enough to help him? Council's not been worth. He's $8 million a year to go the same record a year ago as David Ross. This year, Jed hasn't helped him, but he's sitting on his hands a lot too. Jeremiah Smith to win it as a sophomore would be something. Is something. All right, so we're still going Clemson. Godfather, that's a great skunk and add a name. Hoyer tells Ricketts every morning, live long and prosper. Allen thinks Notre Dame beats Miami. Wayne, I live in northern Wisconsin. Now Packer fans do not have faith and love. There you go. And they're pretty smart people for the most part. I mean, they're not the smartest people. No offense. Ooh. Again, this is tough. It's not like it used to be. I don't think I won't pick Ohio State because back-to-back. We'll see. Speaking of picks, let's do it. So last night threw the one dud at you guys. My God, Boise State. Can you turn the ball over anymore? Every time I looked up, fumble, 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 fumble. Turnover on downs. Tonight, I'm going Georgia Tech. I just told you I think are a sleeper in the ACC. If you were going to say there's a sleeper, I like them a lot. They're really well coached. Boulder will be a madhouse. And by the way, Lip, you see the CFP or college football. I'll keep that record. I'm probably going to start the year to date, starting this weekend. We'll fire that thing back up now that we have football. But Georgia Tech laying 4.5. Shop this around. I've seen it all the way down to 3.5. I'd probably play it up to 5.5. I really like Georgia Tech in this game. I kind of like the over as well. I just think they're a better football team while Colorado figures out who they are at the quarterback position. There's been so much talk with Prime, and I get it, over the last few years. But Shedeur Sanders is gone. Travis Hunter's gone. Shiloh Sanders is gone. Like, there's a lot of change in Boulder right now, and I think this is a tough matchup for Georgia Tech to walk into. They had the big upset to end the year last year. I like this Georgia Tech team a lot. 4.5. Feels like it could be more to me. Feels like it should be like a 6.5 spot. I'm going Georgia Tech. I am. I like Georgia Tech to win the game tonight. Lip wants Catholics versus convicts, but tickets were $1,200. My goodness. No Cam Ward. Indy wins. I just think Notre Dame is so well coached, added to the card. Put it on the parlay there, Lip. Put it in the parlay. Put it in the parlay. My guy Rick, even if they brought up Ballesteros, Council probably wouldn't play him. By the way, there were a few DFA'd pitchers Hoyer can snag. Yeah. There's been a couple of guys DFA'd throughout the week, but then you got to pick them up, pay them. I don't know what the playoff situation is. I have to look up the rosters. If guys are picked up before September 1, I still think they're playoff eligible, but we'll see. There's the play of the day. Big night, more college football, great games all weekend long. The college football card, folks, takes you all the way through the holiday on Monday. Cannot wait. For those of you who are playing the REKAP Renegade Fantasy League, recap.renegadefantasy.com, or download the app, go to join a public league, select REKAP. We're going head to head. If you haven't thought about it, if you've never played fantasy, do it. Why not? It costs nothing. It's free to play. Plus, you go head to head with us, and the winner takes home $5,000. If the Cubs don't sweep the Rockies, don't bring Council back. I'm not sure they're going to fire him after this weekend. Pat got Reggie White and Favre, won the Super Bowl at 27. Woodson and Aaron won at 27. Love is 27. I love sports. And usually there's some awesome thing that brings it together. I would hate if the Packers won the Super Bowl. That Super Bowl is the same year I met Breck Bear. He remembers it more than I do. I'll put it that way. No Hooters and no betting in Hawaii. Would love to ask why you're there, Rick, but I understand. Labor Day show, we'll see. And Lip, let's have yourself a weekend. Guff, why can't we win all the bets? Why not us? Let's go. Everybody have a great weekend. Have a great holiday weekend. Put a bow on the summer with a 3-day weekend, Labor Day weekend. And then we're going to ride it all week into the Guff birthday weekend. Let's go Tigers. They don't start till next weekend, so we can fire that up next week. Appreciate you all greatly. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your family, your friends, your barbecues, etc. It's going to be a good one. One last bow on the summer right here. We'll have recaps for you all weekend long. We'll have a rush hour, Cubs and Sox recaps later, Cubs and Sox recaps all weekend. And then fire it up, folks. It's game week in the NFL starting next week. Can't wait. It's all brought to you by Hooters, originalhooters.com. Find one of the 11 Chicagoland locations near you. Order it at Hooters.com. Get your lunch. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Let's win some money. We'll see you guys on Monday. Love ya. The best. Take that.